Many athletes have amassed substantial wealth over the years only to squander it. Only a select few were able to increase their money through wise investments and rise to the status of the richest athletes in the world. Today, we'll examine in detail the top 10 athletes in terms of wealth as determined by Forbes and observe how they manage their hard-earned cash. Eddie Jordan. One of the most adored racers of all time is undoubtedly the Formula One superstar. Even though his last race was more than 25 years ago, he was nevertheless able to hold on to his enormous wealth. He is now valued at $480 million. Since his last race, the Irishman has invested a considerable amount of his hard-earned money into creating the Jordan Grand Prix F1 team, which brought Eddie some excellent profits. Although the team won't be remembered with anything significant, Jordan continues to thrive in the field of his passion as he became the announcer for the BBC's Grand Prix coverage and was invited to host the hit show Top Gear. At the same time, he had investments in the Scottish soccer club Celtic, and he managed to acquire Oyster Yachts. Jordan is also the proud owner of a 45-meter Perini Navi sailing yacht Blush, which he adores. Unlike other retired athletes, Jordan doesn't spend his money aimlessly, but he transformed his interests into successful business and divorce. We can all take a page from his playbook in this regard. LeBron James. Thank God, the LA Lakers star is a better basketball player than an actor. LeBron is a true genius on the basketball court. Thanks to his talent, James managed to gain over $419 million. The basketball legend invests heavily in real estate. His most recent purchase was an ultra-luxurious Beverly Hills mansion worth nearly $37 million. LeBron is also an avid watch collector and has invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in expensive watches for every occasion. Like many other stars, James has a massive collection of luxurious cars. However, what separates him from most other athletes is the sheer amount of luxury cars he owns. With his 15 vehicles, his garage looks more like a dealership than a private parking space. Floyd Mayweather. With a nickname like Money, it's hard to imagine this boxer being outside the top 10 wealthiest athletes. With a net worth of $510 million, the fighter is one of the most extravagant spenders on the list. While most wealthy people collect watches or cars, Floyd collects houses. The boxer owns nearly $100 million worth of homes in the USA. He also holds shares in a $350 million entertainment company and over 100 luxury cars. Each is worth well over $100,000. To top it all off, Mayweather bought himself a $60 million private jet, quite the birthday gift indeed. Roger Staubach. Roger the Dodger is a legend of football in America. With 2 Super Bowls behind his back, he is more than deserving of a $600 million fortune. Such wealth, though, is hardly generated through sports alone. Unlike other participants in this list, Roger made most of his money after retirement. He began a highly successful real estate business and afterward invested heavily in motorsports as well. Unfortunately, Roger is from a more modest generation that avoids flashing their riches with eccentric purchases. While he has properties worth millions, Roger keeps his life away from the ever-lurking public eye. Junior Bridgeman. The baseball legend is another example of a successful athlete turned businessman after retirement. Bridgeman shares the 6th spot with Staubach with a net worth of $602 million. The Milwaukee Bucks star started to learn Wendy's business model while he was still an active player. After retirement, he invested heavily in the franchising business and opened over 100 Wendy's and Chili's restaurants across the US. He sold them in 2016 for a hefty profit. Then, he started bottling Coca-Cola products in 2017 and continues to enlarge his franchising business across both the US and Canada. As far as spending his hard-earned money, Bridgeman has a different approach than most of his colleagues in this ranking. He prefers to spend them on luxurious travels to paradise-like destinations. Michael Schumacher. The greatest F1 pilot of all time has a truly tragic story. On the verge of 2014, $605 million worth, Schumacher hit his head while skiing and has never been the same. Before the tragedy, Schumacher spent his money on lavish homes and horses. Yes, horses. Apparently, the German loves training horses as he owns a ranch in Texas with dozens of them. Unsurprisingly, Schumacher also has a vast collection of Ferraris. Sadly, after the accident, Schumacher and his family subsided from public life and preferred a more private lifestyle. Magic Johnson. Johnson truly deserves his nickname, Magic, both on the field and off it. The NBA star is worth over $620 million today, and he surely knows how to have fun with them. Like all other athletes on this list, Magic has a truly inspiring real estate portfolio with several properties worth well over $10 million. Unlike other millionaires, Johnson doesn't have an eye for sports cars. Instead, he prefers SUVs and trucks. Magic owned a unique Lincoln pickup truck made just for him before auctioning it off with the proceeds going to his foundation. However, wasn't the only unique car in Johnson's garage. These days, Magic enjoys traveling the world in style and enjoying luxurious destinations few can afford. Tiger Woods. The best golf player of all time takes the third spot with a net worth of $850 million. Unlike the utterly boring game he owes his success to, Woods surely knows how to have fun. When he is not dull to death sports commentators and spectators alike, Woods is busy emptying his bank account on the finer things in life. Owning several houses worth over $5 million is just the tip of the iceberg of this athlete's lavish spending. However, one thing that truly catches the eye is purchasing an entire island in Sweden. Now, isn't that a power move? Ion Tiriac. You will be forgiven if you don't know this former Romanian tennis player turned billionaire. With his current net worth of $1.3 billion, Tiriac puts in his pockets tennis legends like Andre Agassi, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, and others. Who is way better on the tennis court than him? While other athletes on this list have astounding car collections, Tiriac has a whole car gallery filled with rare cars. His garage is a true museum. Unfortunately, he shares it with the world. His other assets are much more boring but astoundingly more profitable. Tiriac owns an insurance company, an airline, a bank, an auto dealership, and a travel agency. Michael Jordan. Could it be anyone else? Michael Jordan is widely known as the best basketball player in history, but more importantly, as the richest athlete of all time. Currently, Jordan is worth around $2.25 billion, and he is the master of combining smart investing with a lavish lifestyle. One of his first investments, as he retired from active sports, was buying the Charlotte Hornets. Knowing how the team performed in the following years, they invested $175 million. Might seem like a waste of money, but in fact, the Hornets were one of the best deals Jordan has ever done. The franchise is currently valued at more than $1.5 billion. Jordan's venture into the restaurant industry also made him millions. Like other millionaires, he spent more than $12 million on his present home, so he didn't skimp on building his ideal home. Jordan is not restricting himself to the ground, unlike the majority of his friends on this list who have car collections. He also has a yacht and a multi-million-dollar plane, all equally expensive and opulent. These are only a small portion of Jordan's purchases, demonstrating his distinctive taste and extraordinary fortune. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank you in advance for your feedback. I am Miss Luxurious, signing off for now. Do not forget to visit our YouTube luxury channel Luxzoid to explore the exemplification of the great state of comfort and extravagant living.